और बिलो ग्राउंड इकोसिस्टम भी गया। अल्टीमेटली इतना परटर्बेशन हो जाता है कि द सिस्टम रेस्टोरेशन ना उसके बगल वाले का हो सकता है, क्योंकि सारे के सारे कॉन्फ्रेंस में होते हैं। ऑल दीज आर वेरी नाइसली मेकिंग अ वेब। सो इफ यू ब्रेक द वेब, एक आइसोलेशन में किसी चीज को आप नहीं देख सकते। तो एक माइनिंग अगर हो रहा है, इट हैज गॉट ए कैस्केडिंग इफेक्ट अल्टीमेटली। And I tell you, there are a number of research on this one, how it is impacting, how this is ultimately having the impact on the other ecological functions. So, mining resulting into many disturbances, and this disturbance not only on the local area of the mining, adjacent area also it perturbs, and the adjacent ecosystems that too get disturbed, and the power of resilience to these ecosystems are very less. They can't recoil them, so they cannot they revive. So the power of resilience is very less over there, and that cascading effect ultimately results into many of the things: low production of agriculture, climate change, and many more. I'm not going to talk about all those things. Many of the things have been talked about. So ultimately resulting into a situation which is really preparing ourselves for the doomsday. When I was working, my laboratory was not so sophisticated as the IIT Delhi and all other institutions are having. I was having very limited resources in which I worked along with my students. So many of the people know it, that how I have worked. And I was working on especially on the 2 or 3 animals, a group of animals rather, that was the springtail and the acari and the diplura, protura, and etc. These were the animals. So especially if we see, these animals are, or organisms or microarthropods are really very sensitive to change, and they give the signal that how the things are changing. The productivity of the agricultural land, if there is no tillage and all that, if it is more the pesticides and herbicides and insecticides are being used, these organisms are again disturbed. So one is the mining, the other one is the chemicals that we use, the synthetic material that we use for more and more having the agriculture food products for food production. And Punjab is one of the important example of it, that the soil becomes saline and all that, and there is less production, as that was exploited very extensively during the Green Revolution and all that. So these organisms, especially these springtails, as I'm showing you some of the pictures to understand, the students, those who are present over here on this webinar, they will be able to see, and they can understand how these organisms are present and what type of these organisms are. They look like these microorganisms. We can't see them with the naked eye. They are very sensitive to many of the things. Moisture is very important, and they are in the litter. And these springtails or the collembola or the acari, they maintain the buffer system, the buffer ecosystem, and they allow the nutrients to get recycled. just a few glimpses of the area where the work were going on for the last 20-25 years. Some of the animals or organisms that were collected are not. So ultimately, with all these photographs, just having some idea of the things, what I have to say that government can't do everything for us. As one of the participant or the, I'm not forgetting his name, he was saying for the awareness program. That's correct. That is very correct. So we will have to do as we are affected. So we will have to understand that how we can change the world, and that in the mindset. Our mindset has to be changed. How this mindset can be changed, this we have to think. And the role of the teachers is very important over here. Because you see, the most important, this has come up actually, the curriculum. Curriculum is very important. Now you see, I remember there was days when we used to say rather, ये चिड़िया है इसका नाम ये है, ये है इसका नाम ये है. We used to identify them. Nowadays it is only in the books, and the student doesn't understand that these animals do exist. So the affection and the attachment is missing. So how these curriculums are going to be designed from the very initial stage and ultimately inculcated among the students, so that they can have the feeling for the environment, feeling for the mother earth, feeling, the real feeling should come. Then only these days that we celebrate on 5th June as a World Environment Day, or another day, the Earth Day, and other days will be successful. We can't create forest, but that cannot be having an ecosystem. So these kids are to made understand this one. So this is important. With this word, I thank you all once again. Thank you very much for this presentation, and thank you to giving me this opportunity to share some of the views and experience on this day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for all the knowledgeable words that you shared here. I would now kindly request Ms. Pratima Chakraborty from Women's College, Ranchi, to introduce our third speaker. And we'll go to the discussion session by the end of the last speaker's speech. And then we'll be discussing on the other aspects and all the experiences of everyone. So before that, Pratima, can you please introduce us to the third speaker?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you so much, sir, for presenting us with so much valuable information. I, Pratima Chakraborty from Ranchi Women's College, wholeheartedly welcome today's third speaker of the seminar, Dr. Swanjit Singh, Director, SAS Free Polyclinic, Perch, Mohali. Dr. Swanjit Singh has contributed in the field of environmental biotechnology, ecology, bionanotechnology, and biosurfactant production. He has provided expert advice to environmental problems, solid and liquid waste management, and removal of pollutants to various companies. He has 2 DBT twinning projects with IIT Guwahati and RRL Jorhat, both in Assam. He has over 32 years excellent administrative management, liaison skills, and R&D experience as a senior principal scientist and head. He was an advisor at SD College of Pharmacy, Kim in Surat in 2013. Also a member of NBA Chennai WFCC task group. He has guided 8 PhD students and currently supervising 3 students for their PhD. Dr. Swanjit Singh Sir has over 142 publications in high-impact journals and has 32 book chapters. He is editor-reviewer of many international journals. Sir has been awarded with Loyola Award Chennai and Bharat Jyoti Award in 2011. Now, I request Dr. Swanjit Singh Sir to share his profound knowledge with us. Over to you, sir.
I guess Swaranjit sir has come on offline now. I'll be okay. Sir is here. Sir is here. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Swaranjit sir.
Thank you so much. I'm here.
Yes, sir. Pratima, you can please introduce 2-3 more statements for Swaranjit sir, and then you can start.
Okay, ma'am. I, Pratima Chakravarti from Ranchi Women's College, wholeheartedly welcome today's third speaker, Dr. Swanjit Singh Sir, Director, SAS Free Polyclinic, Perch, Mohali. Dr. Swanjit Singh Sir has contributed in the field of environmental biotechnology, ecology, bio-nanotechnology, and biosurfactant production. He has provided expert advice to environmental problems, solid and liquid waste management, and removal of pollutant to various companies. He has 2 DBT twinning projects with IIT Guwahati and RRL Jorhat, both in Assam. He has over 32 years excellent administrative management, liaison skill, and R&D experience as a senior principal scientist and head. He was an advisor at SD College of Pharmacy, Kim in Surat in 2013. Also a member of NBA Chennai and WFCC Task Group. He has guided 8 PhD students and currently supervising 3 students for their PhD. Dr. Swanjit Singh has over 142 publications in high-impact journals and 32 books chapter. He is editor, reviewer of many international journals. Sir has been awarded with Loyola Award Chennai and Bharat Jyoti in 2011. Now I request Dr. Swanjit Singh Sir to share his profound knowledge with us. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for the nice introduction.
So,
I'm very thankful and grateful to Dr. Ajay Srivastava, Head of Department, Botany, and his team, his entire team, for calling me here to speak to you and discuss with you. Dr. Ajay Srivastava has been very kind. I gave a talk recently on malaria, and I really enjoyed the talk, talking to you. I also thank the principal of St. Xavier's College, Ranchi. Okay, we can have the first slide.